I need you to share this video. Make sure you share this video. This is very important.
Well, all right. I mean, that is Nigeria's former vice president's state. And, a lot of people have been talking about the power the APC might, hold in that state. Let me just take a quick tweet from Usman, who wrote, Buahri went to Adamawa state to kill many birds with one stone, to campaign for Asiwaju in Atiku state, to campaign for the only APC female Guba candidate, Senator Binani, to galvanize his over 12 million votes for his successor, Asiwaju Tinubu. First of all, I'd just like to say that congratulations to the APC for electing this young woman as the gubernatorial candidate for their state, Dr. Abati.
Well, it wasn't that easy. She was challenged, of course, given the system of patriarchy that we run in the country. But of course, she won, and she became the candidate. So I imagine definitely will gladden the hearts of the women folk in Nigeria who have been talking about greater representation for women at all levels, considering the fact that women constitute 49% of the population. And as I pointed out earlier, in other African countries, notably Rwanda and Senegal and some other countries also, even in Zimbabwe, you'll find that women play a much more central role in political decision-making processes. So I also understand your excitement. Everybody would, of course, support the idea of the politics of inclusion.
Absolutely.
But the absolute test is on election day to see whether, the people of Adamawa will go in that direction. Now, the president going to Adamawa to campaign, as had been previously advertised, has laid to rest speculations about what some people say is body language, or what some people describe as his lack of interest in the candidacy of the presidential candidate of his own party. I'm sure, I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of today, some people will also start asking that, where is Vice President Osinbajo too? He should show up and campaign for, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. So, but the party is trying to present a united front. And they've chosen Adamawa State, which is the home, the state of the PDP presidential candidate, again, to send across a very strong signal. Now, the PDP has its own issues in that Adamawa State. But before I go to that, it wasn't only the president that campaigned. We also saw I've seen a picture, an interesting picture of the former Minister of Transportation, Rotimi Amechi, all fully turbaned. In fact,
he has a title.
I know that. Okay. And I saw the picture. I said, this will be of interest, because he's actually trying to identify whether it was at a campaign to identify with the gubernatorial candidate or other candidates in the state, or with Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. We'll see as the campaigns continue, or maybe he was there also to support the president in itself, second major outing in support of the party. But I would say Adamawa State, in terms of the politics of the PDP, is also divided. Babachi Lawal, former secretary to the government of the Federation, did not attend that event. Okay? Jibril Abindo, former governor of Adamawa State, in fact, just about the same time, he left the All Progressives Congress and he crossed over to the People's Democratic Party. And he's also a very strong stakeholder from Adamawa State. The final thing was the video you showed of young people taking to the streets and burning brooms and all that. Well, all of that, it's just politics. People are very passionate about their choices. Some of these people may even be, may have been instigated by some people. After all, in 2015, that same broom used to be used to sweep people's footprints, from APC state. Yeah. So this is part of the kind of histrionics that you see. But what is important is that those who support politicians should never allow their protests to degenerate into violence.
I like that.
And that is why the security agencies must be very firm. You can express your political choice, but don't cause violence, don't cause mayhem, don't violate the public order.